Amazing.
Liz, you've got the Australian.
I do indeed. Big Splash reads Labor in a two-state daydream. Labor elder Peter Beattie has condemned the Albanese government's core Middle East policies, warning that a two-state solution is a, quote, daydream, end quote, unless Israel's enemies accept its right to exist, and that ceasefires will fail without the backing of the region and major powers. Peter Beattie telling Labor that the sky's blue. Do you think they'll listen?
Well, he really gets...
Listen?
No, of course they won't, but he gets stuck into Labor leadership. He talks about the argument has been hijacked by extremists amid a collapse in political leadership. Well, who would that be referring to? He goes on to talk about, in the Western world, public policy cowards who have undermined political debate. He talks about politicians spouting gibberish, which now passes as leadership. It's a pretty harsh critique of the lack of leadership that Anthony Albanese has given this issue.
Well, again, as has become a running theme on this show, politicians, when they no longer need to be elected or to be accountable to people, suddenly find their opinions much liberated, shall we say, and go one way or the other. But I really like Peter Beattie, and
fair point, but he's not wrong.
I think he's right. Of course he is. I mean, but again, we come back to that problem. Can you properly separate? Can you draw a line between Hamas and the Palestinian population that elected them just a decade or so ago? I don't think there's been any election since. Can you draw a line between Hezbollah and the populations of southern Lebanon, and when they've been so infused? So.
There's one other part of this article that I was shocked to read. The Australian can reveal the government is rolling out $30 million in funding for Australia's Palestinian and Muslim communities. The funding grant is to help social cohesion. I'm surprised that the Muslim communities are getting $30 million for social cohesion right
now. Are you really surprised?
I am surprised. I would have thought it's the Jewish community that are needing extra security and assistance at this point.
We're talking about this government, not the one you wish you had. We're talking about
I keep forgetting.
It's to make sure that the moderate, peace-loving Muslims in our community have the resources they need to be
Let me know when I can meet them. I'd love to find them.
They're everywhere.